So one hello Chemical Guys family worldwide. In the last video you said we did the winter wash and the winter prep with IPA on this beautiful classic Porsche 964. And today it's time for some winter protection with the Hydroslick ceramic wax. So before I'm going to start, I'm going to tell you a little bit my own experiences about it. We've got this product in the range now for circa 2 years. First I also applied it on my daily driver. So I divided the bonnet or the frunk on my Tesla in 2 parts. And one part I did with 1 layer and the other half I did with 2 layers on top. So the 1 layer in, let's say, Western European weather circumstances is around 4 to 5 months of protection with really some good beading and sheeting. But the 2 layers would go around, let's say, 10 to maybe 11 or 12 months, but 10 months for sure. And I was really positive about that. Also on how easily you can wash after that, how in summertime, how few the bugs will squash or splatter on the front side of your car, so it's easier to wash it afterwards again. So it's a really good usable product that really gives some good long-term protection. Yeah, and makes just regular maintenance, regular washing a lot easier. So how does this work? I love to use this with the blue microfiber applicators. I think it's the MIC 292 SKU. Then I'm gonna shake this product first. Then I'm gonna apply this with, let's say, 3 to 4 drops on the microfiber surface. Then I'm gonna tip this over the surface. And I'm gonna spread it out and divide it. We can see you will create a layer of an oily kind of shimmer. It's actually quite good visible on the paint. And this oily kind of shimmer, which is not it is silica, we let cure for, let's say, 2 minutes. And this is 2 minutes with inside temperatures of 15 to 25 degrees and humidity of, let's say, plus minus 50 to 55% inside. So when it's colder or warmer like that, I would not advise to apply Hydroslick. And also if your humidity is way too high, so let's say 60-70% or higher, I would not recommend to apply Hydroslick ceramic wax. So it's a really good product to apply inside between 15 and 25 degrees Celsius and humidity, let's say 50% or lower. So that's really good. So we're gonna leave this cure for 2 minutes. I'm gonna move on to other parts of the car and then we're gonna wipe off the first layer. So, the application of the Hydroslick goes really fast. So you're around the car in, let's say, 1 or 2 minutes maybe, especially if you're with 2. We can show you here the shimmer, how it looks when Hydroslick is curing. So these are the short piled microfiber towels. This is the green Workhorse towel for exteriors. And I also always love to use them as a 4-fold. So if you accidentally let it cure too long, then you can use the Hydrospeed quick detailer, which is this product, and you just give it 1 puff or 1 mist in the fibers of the towel, and then the wiping off the excess Hydroslick goes so much easier. You only need like 1 puff or 1 mist in your towel for, let's say, I don't know, 50, 60 centimeters, 70 centimeters. And you can see it's still a little bit, I applied it a little bit thick. You don't need to do that for the beading behavior, but it just happened. And if you applied it a little bit too thick and you switch to a clean side of your towel, And you re-wipe the surface again until you see a complete clear surface like a mirror. And you can also feel the protection. The surface is so super slick. It's really nice, really nice. So I'm gonna buff off the rest of the excess material of the Hydroslick ceramic wax. Then we're gonna wait 2 hours. And after 2 hours, it's time for layer 2. Look at that shine, guys and girls. This is such a great product. You can really feel now that it's curing a little bit longer than 2 minutes, maybe 5 or 6. And it's starting to cure on the paint. So this is why I use my mists of Hydro Speed silica detailer to wipe off the Hydroslick excess material. And this reminds me for the next time, use less Hydroslick. It's a little bit too thick, but it can happen. So now at least you know what to do when you have that as well at home or in your garage. But boy, does this stuff reflect. Carrera 4. This was a really novelty back in those days. This car is from '89. The previous 911 was only rear-wheel drive. And the previous 911, or the previous Carrera back then, so let's say the 82 to 87 model, was also called, especially as the turbo, as the Widowmaker. This is why they made the 964, this version, also as a 4-wheel drive, to make it more everyday usable for people that don't control the car to the max. And back then this really was a hot topic. So it had 250 horsepower. I think it's 360 Newton meters of torque. And this air-cooled engine back then really was a novelty. Unfortunately, after this type, there was like kind of like a facelift model, which is like the 993. A little bit more aerodynamic, shaped, other headlights. I think interior is quite of the same. And then after the 993, the 996 came, which was all liquid cooled. But for me personally, this is the era that make my heart beat faster. The air-cooled Porsches from the 80s and early 90s. They don't make them like this anymore, unfortunately. But luckily, when you've got deep pockets, there's a company like Singer, and they can build you something really beautiful. Wow, looking good. I'm gonna give it my last inspection round to check if I wipe down everything correctly. So no haze is left. If I see something, I'll wipe it off. So layer 1 is on. We applied the first layer of Hydroslick. We let it cure for 2 minutes. Some parts a little bit longer. That's why I used the Hydro Speed mist inside my towel and then I wiped it so it comes off easier and more even. So the result also stays on the paint. Then we wiped it off completely and we did a final inspection round if I took off all the excess material, so no haze, no spots are left. I have to say it already looks really good, but I know that one layer of protection is only, let's say, 4 to 5 months in our weather circumstances as a daily. So now we're gonna wait 2 hours, so we're gonna let it cure a little bit and then we're gonna add the second layer. So see you in the next episode. Hey guys, so welcome back. So it's time for layer 2. We waited 2 hours of curing time. So let's put on a couple of drops of Hydroslick. I dropped a drop of Hydroslick. So let's wipe it down here. So notice the first application layer was in this direction. So the second one we're gonna do in contra direction. Here we go. It's a little bit because of the folds in the shape of the frunk. Sometimes not so easily to apply, but it's all manageable. Here we go. You can see it starts to haze up again. Gonna leave this cure again for 2 minutes. Then we're gonna wipe it off. So in contra direction, we are applying the second layer of Hydroslick around the car. So 2 minutes are up. Let me mist my towel back in again. I used a clean Workhorse microfiber towel in green for exteriors, so we can wipe off the excess material. And very important, don't press too hard because we want to leave the Hydroslick layer on the paint as much as possible. Flip to a dry side, aka a clean side again, because you can see fibers take off material, and then getting an even reflecting result is a little bit easier when they run full. It's a little bit less easy when they run full, sorry. But this looks really nice. Here we go. Wipe off in the same direction as we applied it. It's really super slick. Wow. Beautiful. Second layer of Hydroslick is on. We need to cure both layers now, so layer 1 and layer 2, for a minimum of 10 hours. And 10 hours we're gonna do tomorrow morning. Then we're gonna make some after shots and some beating shots. So stay tuned on how that's looking. We'll keep you updated in the next episode. See ya. So welcome back. New day, new adventures, new chances at Chemicalguys.Eu. So we applied 2 layers of Hydroslick on this car. Here I've got a bottle of regular tap water, and let's, wow, already looking really good. Look at that beading go. Wow, really good. You can expect this behavior for, let's say, 9-10 months easily when you wash with mild shampoos like Hydroslick or like Glossworks soap. Look at this go away. Wow. I want to see another trick. It's just virtually, it cannot get wet anymore. Really nice. Super happy with this, guys and girls. So these 2 layers of Hydroslick on top of the proper wash and the proper IPA prep are like an excellent winter protection. So your car your car's paint will be protected against water, from rain, from snow that's melting again, from freezing. So you will see that virtually nothing can stick on your paint anymore for at least, let's say, 9 or 10 months. Super important is wash your car mildly with minimum 2 buckets. So 1 bucket with soap, 1 bucket with water, and just keep this process going. But you want your soap as mild as possible, so a Hydroslick shall not be stripped off easy. So soaps you can choose for that are like the Glossworks soap or the Hydroslick soap. Those are my preferences for this kind of washing jobs. And then it's off you go. Sometimes if you think, I could use a little bit more of reflection in between, you can choose to spray and wipe some Hydrospeed Quick Detailer, which really fits good to the Hydroslick product. So to sum up this video, I'm super happy with the result. I hope you guys like it too. 2 layers of Hydroslick. Again, layer 1 on a clean surface, so you should prep it with IPA or with Wipeout. Cleanse the spray. Apply it thinly. Myself did it a little bit too thick. Let it cure for 2 minutes. Then wipe it off with your short-piled Workhorse microfiber towels. You might want to use a spray of Hydrospeed inside the fibers of the towel to make parts that unaccidentally cured a little bit longer, to wipe it off easier. Once done, control yourself, so check yourself if all excess material has been wiped off. You might want to take a second person for that, your wife, your father, your friend, your brother, whatever. Give them an LED light and just spot on haze. And if you see anything, just wipe it off before it turns hard. Then you wait 2 hours, then you're gonna apply the second layer of Hydroslick. You might want to consider an extra applicator for that, because the fibers in those 2 hours can tend to get a little bit hard already on your applicator because of the silica in the product. Second layer is going to be applied in contra direction. We're going to leave that again for 2 minutes. Wipe it off with a clean short piled microfiber Workhorse towel again. Again, do the end control. Check if all the haze is gone. So use your father, friend, etc. for that, or yourself if you see everything really good. And then you're gonna leave it inside for 10 hours. And after those 10 hours, you get beading results and sheeting results like you've seen in the video. And this should stay on your car for, let's say, 9 to 10 months when you apply 10 layers when you apply 2 layers minimum. And I noticed this myself in Western European weather circumstances. Really important is inside the temperature range should be between 15 and 25 degrees Celsius. Humidity you want to have 50% or lower. I think that's about it. If you got some questions, you want to know anything, something maybe I also forgot in this video for you, just write it here below. Email us info@Chemicalguys.Eu or chat with us over the website or the WhatsApp service. And for the rest, I would say thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you find this content really helpful. If you got some ideas, something you really want to see me and Jordi detailing, then yeah, let me know. Let us know. So thanks again for watching, Chemical Guys family. See you in the next episode. Bye-bye.